Very good evening and good afternoon, everybody. My name is Keisuke Inami from Knowledge Capital, taking you to here in the workplace in Osaka in Knowledge Capital. So we would like to welcome you to the Asia Creative and Innovation Channel, or ACIC in short. This is a joint platform of 7 international partners of Knowledge Capital who are based in Asian countries, taking hands in hands in this COVID pandemic. So we are today presenting a wonderful project related to our collaboration partners. So let me start with the presentation of Knowledge Capital. So today we are obviously, as I said, in the presentation of the workplace and demonstration of the project itself. So we are starting the presentation now. Yes, thank you very much. So we are based in the complex called Groundfront Osaka. We are in the middle and central area of Osaka, and this complex is equipped with a variety of facilities such as shopping malls or offices, but most importantly we have Knowledge Capital on the bottom of the north building, ranging 88,200 square meters of floor surface. We have equipped various facilities to facilitate communication and interaction. Our high mission is a field of creating new values. We actually started this or inaugurated this facility in 2013, and since then we have been in the mediator and catalyst for various collaboration projects. Our concept as a knowledge capital is a creation of new value through exchange of various knowledge, particularly symbolized by such fusion of human creativity and technology. So not only the technological achievements, which most of the cases are talked in as an innovation context, but also we think it's highly important to combine human creativity with technology to achieve a new value creation, which could be represented by new services or improved products or new culture or communities happening and born here at Knowledge Capital. So in order to facilitate such communication, we have a lot of facilities to facilitate such interaction between different partners such as researchers, scientists, creators, business people and artists. They are categorized in the professional sectors, but also the participation of the general public is very much important. So we are, as a platform, serving a catalyst and facilitator of such communication. As I said, all these facilities in Knowledge Capital are designed for communication of the various partners. For example, the members-only salon is serving as a meeting point to gather and interact with each other. And then a Collab office or knowledge office or workplace, today we are here at the workplace, are actually functioning as a project base to demonstrate and develop their own projects. And once the prototypes and technical samples are ready, there are the labs or future live showrooms to exhibit and interact with the general public. And then if you are willing to collaborate and expose more in the public sectors, we have convention halls and knowledge plaza. So this is an ecosystem of the different facility functioning in one big building in the urban area. So without any further ado, we would like to move on to the presentation of today's interesting project called Cross Presence, the live presentation of the future avatar experience. So this project was initiated by Knowledge Capital participants, and today we have 2 leading persons of this project here. So good evening and thank you very much for joining. We would like to invite first Mr. Christopher, CEO of iPresence Limited.
Hi, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Thank you very much for having me here, and I'm very excited to be here.
Thank you very, very much for joining. And yes, this is Chris on the monitor. Thank you for joining. And one more, we have Mr. Atsuhiko Yasuda from Zooms Limited and the researcher of Knowledge Capital Association. So he's actually one of the members of Knowledge Capital, but he's doing a very unique activities in a way, so I believe. So thank you very much for joining.
Okay. Thanks.
So delighted to have two of you here, and
Yeah, it's great to be here.
I think the audience is really, really excited to hear your projects. And as you can see on the backwards, we have the very special setting. So as I said, this is the workplace and one of the facilities of Knowledge Capital. And today we have the very professional members of filming and shooting that was provided by the Express Corporation Company Limited. A special thanks to the Express for providing such a big opportunity to present this project in a very high quality of the streaming. So as I said, without any further ado, we'd like to invite Chris to present about your project first. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you very much, Inami-san, and hello everyone around the world. It's great to be here, and it's great to be presenting to you today of our projects. We have been working on this project for last year and a half or so, and we are very excited to show you what we have done so far. So if we can get the presentation. Can you get presentation slide up?
It's got
Okay. Okay.
Right.
So our team is called Cross Presence, and we are taking a part in this global competition called ANA Avatar XPRIZE. And maybe many of you may already heard of the name XPRIZE, but they are the global organization who helps the human evolution in the technology through the this kind of competition competition method. And one of the latest competition is called ANA Avatar XPRIZE. And here it says anywhere is possible. I'm not sure how many of you are familiar with the concept of avatar or avatar robots. Maybe you use the your own avatar for Facebook profile, or you might use your virtual avatar for some virtual reality communication. But this is actually for the real physical avatar robot, and creating and developing that avatar robot which can be placed anywhere around the world. So here's the message from the founder of XPRIZE. The ANA Avatar XPRIZE can enable the creation of an audacious alternative that could bypass physical human limitations, allowing us to more rapidly and efficiently distribute skills and hands-on expertise to distant geographic locations where they are needed, bridging the gap between distance, time, and cultures. This is the 3-year project. We are at the semi-final stage, and the final, the actual semi-final of the competition will be held later this year. And in 2022, June 2022 is the actual final of the project, and the total prize money is $10 million, and it's a very, very big global project. And right now there are just under 75 teams participating in this competition, and our Cross Presence team is one of those 75 teams challenging for this competition. So this is some of the members of our team. iPresence is my company, and also Zooms. So we are the leaders of this project, and also we are working with NICE, Air Floating Media, who specialize in like holographic technology. X-Agent is the provider in scanning technology. Unix Design Office provides UX, UI. Osaka Institute of Technology provides the knowledge about the soft robotics and the leading latest technology related to what we're doing. And of course we have Knowledge Capital supporting the project all aspects of the project, and also we have Ride and Design, a design company supporting us with the overall concept and design of the robot. So moving into the explanation of what we are creating, the concept is very simple. We have an avatar robot in a remote location, and to create more immersive remote communication experience, we also try to convey the space information using the digital twin technology and the 3D recreation of remote spaces. This is the sketch of the avatar robot. It uses lots of different technologies like 3D scanning and also soft robotics. I will show this in the later demonstration, but the idea is that we want the robot to be soft rather than hard robot that people usually imagine, and then having that mobility and the space projection, and also of course the telepresence ability to communicate with the people in the remote locations. And this is the initial 3D CAD image of what we want to create. Like you can see, there is the holographic image of remote person projected onto the body of the robot, and actually conveying that person's movement onto the physical avatar robot. And this is how it works. The robot is placed in location A and also on location B. And this robot or avatar robot acts as a domain for remote communications like you do through PCs or TV conference systems. And basically how it works is the robot will capture the motion of the person standing in front of you and conveying that motion onto the remote robot in the other side. So that robot is connected through internet, so it can be placed anywhere around the world. You might want to access the robot placed in France or America or even outside the Earth. Like what they're thinking about is possibly having this kind of robot on the moon or on the Mars, and having that experience of remote locations through that way. And it's not just about the communication. It might be carrying out some kind of physical work in the remote locations where it might not be possible for humans to go and visit. So the range of tasks that these kind of avatar robot will be able to provide in the future is infinite, and especially these days with the COVID situation, people are actually really feeling the fact that people cannot travel, people cannot go outside the house, and people are looking for new way of communication and also experiencing the outside world. And together with the conveying the communication technology, we are also using the space scanning technology. And once the space is scanned, we have the robot actually projecting those information onto their surrounding space, or people may be able to see those spaces using virtual reality. So this is the overall concept of what we are doing, and I'd like to hand over to Inami-san to move on to the demonstration.
Right, thank you very, very much for the presentation. It was really, really conceptual. But actually, it is not only the concept, is it? So we have a lot of things here to see, and we are excited about that. So just we'd like to move on to the next session, which will be the demonstration. And the demonstration would be separated into two parts. So one part, of course, this project itself is developed in different aspects. But one is the spatial domain, and the other is a robotics domain, I believe. So we'd like to start with the spatial domain demonstration. So Yasuda-san, Mr. Atsuhiko Yasuda, will be in charge of this part.
Okay. in this cross-presence project, I'm working on the development of a system called SPACE, as Chris explained. The goal of SPACE is to improve the quality of the communication by using the virtual reality or other visual technologies. Okay? But unfortunately, I cannot show you a demonstration here today.
This is very unfortunate.
Unfortunate.
So,
I'm unfortunate
yes.
too. But
we have
so,
a special video.
Yeah, please let
for
me
that.
explain our efforts by using this
Yes,
video.
thank you.
Okay, so person on the right-hand side has a number of sensors, motion sensors
Right.
on his
So
body.
he's wearing a lot of sensors.
Oh yes, yes. And that captured motion data is sent to the avatar in the virtual world
Right.
on the left-hand side, okay, through internet.
Just let me mention, this is the 3D digital twin of the lab inside Knowledge Capital. So
Yes.
this place is not completely, completely created in a 3D, but actually this is the digitally scanned
Right.
copy of the real
Right.
facility.
Yeah, if you go to the lab on the second floor, you may know about that place.
Yes.
This is real world.
Yeah, this is real world.
3D scanned into the virtual world.
Right.
Right. So,
Sorry to interrupt.
oh no, that's okay. All right. And the merit of use the virtual reality is one of the merit is we can store all the data of the motion data into the computer.
Right.
Okay, and we can utilize that in future or later. Why it is important is for the certain jobs, it is very important to have motion data, human motion behavior, like movement of the craftsman or artists, are very valuable asset. Okay, or even we can utilize the person in the past and to the avatars, and we can utilize such knowledge of dead person, right? Right.
Right, this is more of a, transformative information.
Okay.
Isn't
So
it?
our next step is to utilize such a kind of virtual data into the real robots.
Right.
Chris is working on.
Okay, thank you very, very much. Yes, as I said, we cannot see it like physically here in this place, but spatial idea or spatial domain development is very much important and closely related to what we're going to see now. Okay, so thank you very much. And we'd like to move on to the next demonstration. Yes, perhaps some of you might hear a lot of sound behind running all the time, but there are two different robots ready to demonstrate. So Chris, so you take part of the robotics demonstration.
Yeah.
Would you?
Yeah, definitely. So shall we move
Yes. Move up.
on? Yeah. So we have two robots ready to demonstrate. So here is the first robot. Can you see? So like I said, this is the first prototype robot that we are working on. This was mainly created by Osaka Institute of Technology. Now
Is
you
it
can
real
see.
person?
Yes. Yeah. Cha-san, can you hear us?
Yeah, I hear you. Hi.
Oh,
Hi.
gosh.
How are you doing?
Good. How are you?
Yes. Very good. Very
Oh, but
good.
it seems really natural to move. And
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
reacting? Is it really reacting to how she moves behind the camera?
Yeah, that's the idea. So she's in a remote location, connected through internet, and she's looking at me through the camera, and she's waving to me through the remote location.
Right, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Is it like the things are already programmed in this robot, and they just capture the motion?
Not
themselves?
yet, not yet. So actually, the movement is done locally right now, but the idea is to have her in a remote location, remotely controlling the
Right.
robot as the next step.
Can you do some other demonstration for
Yeah,
that?
of course. So, like I said, we wanted this robot to be a soft robot. So the whole body of the robot is created out of soft material.
Yeah, it's very nicely soft and fluffy.
Yeah. Very
actually
soft
touch.
and nice and fluffy. Initially, we wanted to create like a balloon type of robot because these avatar robots will be placed in those places, in those public places where people will be walking around these robots, and we don't want people to be walking into these avatar robots to get hurt and stuff. So that's why we wanted to create this with the soft materials.
Very nice.
And also the arm itself is created out of soft material. We cannot show you the inside today, but it is actuated by soft actuator. It's actually using the air compressor here. You can see the air compressor here. That's what's making the noise right now.
Behind there, yes.
Because it's a soft robot, you can touch and feel, and also it can hold these different
small objects.
Yeah, small objects. So, Cha-san, I have a present for you.
Wow. Really?
Yeah. All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, it grips very firmly.
It does.
I think it's
It does.
better to pass it in Inami-san.
Yeah, can you pass it to Inami-san?
Really?
Yes, yes.
Can she remotely?
Yeah.
What a surprise,
That's
isn't it?
right.
There you
Hello.
go.
Oh, thank you very, very much. It's a nice present from you. Remotely, but we were doing it locally.
Yeah, that's
but,
right.
Yeah. Wow, that's unbelievable. That's, oh, wow. Yeah, thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Maybe we can do a high touch as well.
High five.
Yeah, just a moment. All right. So,
Bye.
good job. Good job, Cha-san. Let's do a high touch. All right.
Bye.
There you go.
Did
There
you
you go.
very hard?
Yeah, that's the idea about the soft robotics.
Yeah,
It's a very
really,
soft
yes,
arm.
It really sways and
Yeah.
flexibly. I
Yeah,
really like the kind of keywords is a soft robotics, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because the original image of robot is more a bit like a hard and stiff
Yeah.
and lunky, very clumsy movement. it
Exactly.
has. But actually this is so flexible. Wow.
yeah. You want to try it as well? You want to try the high touch?
Right.
Remote high touch?
Can we do that again? Okay. Well done.
Bye.
Very nice.
That's it.
The feedback is very soft.
Yeah.
And it's so comfortable to touch on.
Yeah, yeah. So the idea about the haptics is very important for these avatar robots, and how to actually convey the touch, sense of touch of remote person to the remote person is the idea. And here, by having two robots in two different locations, you can convey the actual touch of the robot.
Right. So on the other side, my avatar robot is in the other side of the world
Yeah,
and doing the kind of same
yeah, exactly.
movement I make.
Exactly. So if anyone likes baseball,
While playing
so
baseball.
for example, actually my wife and kids are in England right now. We cannot play baseball together, but the idea is that now we can play baseball together
Oh,
from
throw
remote
balls.
location.
That's nice.
That's right. All right. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. So
Okay, this is already magnificent achievement, isn't it? As a kind of structure of a robot.
yeah.
I think this is the first time you show to the world. To
It
present.
is. It is. It's a very first time to show this technology and this concept
Right.
to the world. There are different forms of avatar robots. Some avatar robots are completely humanoid type robot, where it specifies in doing very detailed, handwork.
Yes, it's
From remote
meticulously
location,
programmed.
But
isn't it?
our concept is to have this telepresence experience together with the avatar
More
interactions.
communication and interaction oriented.
Yes, exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
Okay, thank you very, very much. So,
All right, thank you, Cha-san. we'll come back to you in a minute.
right, we'll
Oh,
see you then.
thank you. I'll wait for you.
All right, thank you.
So what we have next door is something different from that.
Yeah.
I'm really curious to see.
Okay, yep, please move on.
Thank you.
Let's move on to the next robot.
Oh, this is something, yes, as I said,
So-
different.
It looks very different from what we just showed you in the next booth. But the idea, so this looks a lot harder.
Yes, it's
than
more
before.
like a robot looks
Yeah.
robot. Yeah.
So to show you what's happening here,
Oh,
so can you see that on the screen?
yes,
That-
I can.
There is a camera capturing my motion
Yes.
in front of me, and you can see on the screen.
Yeah, I see
That it's actually-
dots and lines
Yeah, that's
over
right.
your body.
So it's taking the position of your eyes and your head and your shoulders and your
Right.
arms, and also your legs. There you go. So
Hang on, I
this is
see the robots moving along in front.
yeah.
What's
So this
happening?
is already very common technology to body track the
Uh-huh.
person in front, and Yasuda-san showed it in the space demonstration
Right.
earlier, that you can take the people's motion and convey to the remote virtual world.
Mm-hmm.
But the idea for this is for us to convey the person's movement onto the actual avatar robot.
Right.
So for example, if I wave,
Oh,
can you see? Yeah, the robot is actually waving back to me.
all right, very
So-
nice. Yes.
It's pretty interesting, pretty exciting. And so if I raise two hands,
Curious
then
how much we could go.
that's right. So basically, the camera is taking my motion and conveying it onto the robot, and
Right.
I don't have any sensors attached. Or
Yeah,
I
that's
don't
what I
have any-
noticed. It's so casual.
That's right. That's right, and that's what we wanted to propose, because when people think about avatar robot and remote control, people would be wearing head-mount displays
Yes.
and they have all these sensors and haptic bodysuit and stuff, and that's also one way of solving this problem. But we wanted to have this this kind of movement without having any sensors attached, and with the existing technology, we knew that this could be possible, and that's what we built here.
It's
So
very
if you wanna try
Can I? Yes.
yourself as well, yeah,
Thank you. Oh, wow.
yeah. So you can do
alright.
whatever. You can dance around.
Oh, this is so interesting how much we could follow. Okay, thank you. So, as you explained,
Yeah.
so this technology is going to be implemented in the capturing the motions of the person in front.
Yeah.
So that's definitely should be combined with the one we saw before, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah. So right now, Inami-san's motion is conveyed to the robot in front, but the actual point is that the movement is conveyed to the robot in a remote location, which make it possible for you to interact not just through video, but through the motion
Right.
as well.
So yeah, this robot should be in somewhere else. So
That's right.
Like we're facing the opposite side of the robot, isn't it? So right, this is so interesting. So these two technologies would be combined with each other and to create a completely new avatar experience.
Yeah.
So most of the times, as you said, yes, let's say avatar, this is
Yeah,
more a bit of head-mount displays and a lot of sensors
Yeah.
connected.
that's right.
So this is so, as I said, casual. My impression the
Yeah.
first time is just so casual to get interactive with the robot,
Exactly.
and it certainly lowers the barrier for everybody
Yeah.
to participate in this kind of activity. This is fantastic.
Yeah, exactly. So
such a
that's the
fun.
idea. We want this kind of telepresence avatar robot to be, something that people can use every day. They might, so these days people communicate through all sorts of different means. People's got web conference and systems, and people's got telephone and everything, of course. But if they actually want to physically be there without being there,
Oh, that's nice.
that's something that we are trying to create, and we're trying to bring the hurdle down as much as possible for those
Right.
people
Okay,
who want
thank
to use
you
this kind of technology. Yeah.
very, very much. That's yet another interesting
Yeah.
prototype that you're showing.
Yeah, so like you said, the idea is to bring this, what we have done with this robot to be combined with
that
the other
robot.
robot.
Yeah.
So these two robots were developed separately, and the next step is to bring them together, and also together with the space technology that Yasuda-san.
Right,
talked
thank you
about.
very much. Did you say we're coming back to that room before? Or?
Yeah. Yeah, so we just want to show you one more thing.
Yeah, I was so curious what's going on next in here. Oh,
Yeah.
she's again there. Okay.
So now the robot has a different arm angle.
Oh yes, the angle has switched.
Yeah, angle is a little bit different. So this is how you shake hands with the robot.
Thank you very much for the
Thank
demonstration.
you, Jazan. Thank you. If you wanna shake hand,
Right.
there you go.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Oh, the hands are soft as well. It's so
Yeah.
humane.
That's right. And also, not just the handshake. Of course, you can do a bit of hug. Thank you. Great
Oh,
to be together.
the arm
So
goes
this
round
kind of,
like
yeah,
this.
that's right. Yeah. Try again. Right. So this kind of physical, contact is something that we really miss. Especially this time of COVID situation
Right.
where people just cannot go outside. We cannot go and visit your grandparents, and you physically want to touch them but cannot. And this, we hope, will be a new way of communicating with the family.
That's
and
absolutely
your
right.
loved ones.
Actually, since the COVID-19 pandemic, we are so accustomed to the kind of web conferences and
Yeah.
all of doing online meetings.
Yeah.
But we're kind of fed up with such kind of social, detachment.
Yeah.
And sometimes we need some sort of kind of physical attachment.
Yeah.
But not necessarily like a physical, like a human to human.
Yeah.
But this could be some sort of alternative
Mhm.
for such interaction in the social situations.
Exactly. Yes.
Right, it's so beautiful. Thank you so much.
Thank you
for
Jazan.
joining this
we
session.
haven't asked her about her opinion. actually.
Hi. Thank you.
Do you have any comments? How did you feel in the remotely, participating in this session? Can you give us a thought?
So how do you feel communicating through the avatar robot, Cha-san?
Well, actually amazing. Like, it feels like we're in the same place.
You're right.
That's great.
Thank you so much. Right.
Thank you.
So that's the end of the demonstration
Yeah.
session, and we are moving back to where we were before, and we'd really like to hear more about your backgrounds and how it's developed.
That's great.
Right, thank
All
you.
right, let's do it.
After you, sir.
Thank you.
So we have Mr. Chris Christophers from iPresence and the leader of the robotics development of the cross presence, and Mr. Atsuhiko Yasuda from Zooms and researcher of Knowledge Capital and responsible for the spatial domain development. And thank you very much for joining again. So this is going to be like a very casual talk session
Right.
to dig deep about your professional backgrounds, for example. So first of all, so each of you has your own company and own activity, right? So I'd like to hear first, Chris-san, about your professionals from iPresence and before,
Yeah.
maybe.
So originally I actually studied architecture in my university in England, and I was a practicing designer and architect in Japan for about 5 years after graduating. And then I wanted to move into the business world, and that's when I moved into the world of IT. and I was very much interested in how people communicate in remote locations, and communication is one of the key human needs. And that was when I thought, okay, maybe I would do something that specialized in the communication. So that's when I moved into the world of IT, handling the conference systems and communication systems. And I think it was in 2014 when I first saw the concept of telepresence robot or the avatar robot, and that's when I thought, okay, this concept of communication and robotics is very interesting, and the idea of the communication need is definitely going to be around for a long time, and the robotic technology is only going to improve over time, and by combining these two, I thought there is a big opportunity and a big need around the world to provide a solution with this communication and robotic technology, and that's when I found iPresence as a company.
Right, so you were the kind of very, at the first stage, you saw the kind of possibility, even before this, kind of situation, but you foresaw, the future of the combination of technology and communication.
Yeah, exactly.
Right, thank you so much. So how about you, Yasuda-san? What's your professional background?
I used to be an engineer in the aerospace field. Okay, I was mainly working on the computer simulation of jet engines. Okay. So I basically a software guy rather than the hardware guy, right? Even in the manufacturing company. So that is my starting point. And currently I'm working on the kind of visual content using a software. So virtual reality is one of the main areas I'm currently working on. So first, Chris talked to me about the cross presence project.
Yeah.
I'm not familiar with avatars or robotics, kind of such things, but the Chris explained to me about the aim of this project, and I could know he is very interested in improvement of the communication.
Yeah.
Right.
Communication. I thought we may be able to develop a kind of new avatars by combining the remote communication technologies and virtual reality.
Right, thank you so much. So it's interesting that you are in the aerospace industry and you're working for a very hardware-oriented environment, but you're actually working as a software developer, and then you're moving on to the very scientific visualization world, which is very much interesting. Okay, thank you so much. And as we're all here now, this is the collaboration project of the different knowledge capital participants.
Yeah.
So a lot of collaboration and coordination work are involved here at Knowledge Capital, as I explained at the first beginning of this session. But actually, what was the original motivation for you to start this cross-presence project? Of course, there is a kind of influence of the Avatar XPRIZE.
Yeah.
This is a big competition, and it's going to be a huge, hurdle or target to work on. But what was the original inspiration?
So, from when I created the company, when I first saw the concept of telepresence avatar robot, first I've imported some of the telepresence robots around the world and started off by marketing those robots in Japan with the different solutions or for different verticals, and together with reselling these robots, we started developing our own software, and we started playing around with the idea of different solutions using this concept. And that's when I met Yasuda-san, and he was specializing in virtual reality, and this combination of real physical avatar robot and the virtual reality world, digital twin world, is going to be the key step for the next technology. So we were actually playing around with some ideas, and we created a system to control the avatar robot using like a HoloLens and stuff. But we actually were working on some small projects together from beforehand, and that's when we first saw the XPRIZE information. And because back then I think it was in 2018, end of 2018, and no one really was thinking about these avatar robots except for like few very niche companies around the world. And because I wanted to be the real how do you say or key person, or the
is it like playing a pioneering?
Yeah, like a pioneer.
role,
Like a pioneer in this industry. When I first saw this, okay, we might not have enough technology or the human skills, or the we didn't even have a physical robot back then that we actually created ourselves. But we need to make this challenge because we are the pioneer in this field. So that's when I first called Yasuda-san. There's this competition happening. It's global. It's like a $10 million prize money, and let's do it. That was the initial.
Yeah, very. It's like a kind of friendship sometimes. Like a relationship before starting that kind of project is very much important. Okay, thank you, sir. Agreed?
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
I agree.
So yes. Now,
so if I just all the teams I introduced,
yes,
are part of the knowledge capital, and it's great to have this knowledge capital connection and having this kind of space, and that was the only reason that we could achieve something like this.
Thank you very much for saying so.
If I just can
really
add
appreciate. I really appreciate
yeah.
that. Okay, thank you so much. So of course, this cross-presence project is very much ongoing, and it's still in the developing stage.
Yep.
So I think the two of you are facing a lot of difficulties day by day to go through, and really like to hear more about your difficulties you're facing. So perhaps we could start with Yasuda-san.
Okay. So difficulties.
Yes, difficulties and the next visions for the next step. So this level you're targeting for the next stage.
I think the most important thing for robots to be widely used in our society is they are very safe to humans, for humans. So, so Inami-san, you gave me a high five to the robot.
Yes.
Did you feel any scary feelings?
Not really.
Okay.
Rather attachment, like.
Right. I think that is very promising feedback to us, because the soft robotics is very promising, I think, in order, in terms of the safetyness, the robot.
Right.
So we have to improve the safetyness more and more, not only in the performance aspect, but in the safety aspect. We need more improvement.
Right, the safety.
Right. And
I'm really impressed by the idea of soft robotics today.
So today I studied from an unfortunate thing, but I'd like to end with a fortunate
very
thing.
promising.
Okay? Right, promising thing. Okay.
For the future.
So
That's
as
very
Chris
nice.
said, we have a lot of talents in this cross-presence team. So like iPresence engineers and Chris, and people from Osaka Institute of Technologies, and other people are joining and discussing and developing new technologies. And I'm very sure to overcome those obstacles in future.
Right.
And go into the service.
So teamwork is all important.
Right. Collaboration is the key.
Collaboration.
Yeah,
Yes. Thank you so
Definitely.
much.
And I'm thankful the knowledge capital.
Well, I appreciate that. Thank you. So what about you, Chris-san?
So there are a lot of challenges that we are facing and we have to overcome. So for us to take this concept and prototype robot to the next step, there's still a lot of work to do. So we showed you 2 robots and the concept of space, and combining or integrating these 2 technologies or 3 technologies is going to be the key for us to move on to the next phase. Like Yasuo-san said, we already have some talents in Osaka, in Japan. We have some people working with us in India. We have some other people interested to work with us from other parts of the world as well. And if there are any organizations or or companies who are already working on maybe like humanoid technologies or haptics technologies or holographic technologies or network technology, then we are definitely open to new members of the team, who wants to take part in this challenge. We definitely can do with those support, or as much support as possible. And also we will be looking for new sponsorship for this project. There's so much that we can do just by ourselves, and we would really appreciate if there's anyone out there who would like to sponsor this project for us to take the project to the next stage, not just for the competition, but for the for us as a human being to go into the next phase of the technology. And I think there's a lot of things that we can say about where we can be in next 5 years or next few years. With your help from global community, I think we can do something great.
Right, that's very promising, was it here? And thank you very, very much. And I think we've got another presentation slide that you intended to show, actually,
okay.
as a kind of. But before it gets ready, I think it's also nice to invite and introduce some other very local supporters, very powerful. Thank you very much for the demonstration. And I think we'd like to come in these 2 guests over here who actually presented fantastic demonstration. Perhaps Chris-san can take a privilege to
so these are
them.
2 members of iPresence team. This is Tatsuji Haga from our team. He helps us with the engineering of the software, and also Takubo-san is the student and intern from the Kansai University, and he was actually operating the soft robot. Maybe you noticed already, but so these 2 were supporting us from back end as well. So I just wanted to introduce them as well. If you want to say hello.
Hi, I'm Haga, an engineer of iPresence. Thank you for introducing me.
Okay,
All right.
that's good. Yeah.
Right, thank you. And
I'm Takubo. Today I operated the robot. Thank you.
Thank you.
thank you so much. Perhaps we can round of applause for the fantastic job that you've done together. So I think this is already the good demonstration of the collaboration work already here in this place. Okay, thank you so much. Can I just move up here? Okay, thank you so much.
You have a slide? スライドはありますか?
Can we have a final slide from Cross Presence? Just Chris-san, just to show this. This is the last one.
The next one.
Yeah, so it's going to be the kind of ideal image, which could be demonstrated through the presentation.
Yeah, so this is a little bit of complex slide.
But in conclusion.
Conclusion, so this is what we are trying to achieve from space and space perspective and also robot perspective. As you can see, we are capturing the person's motion on the left-hand side and conveying that motion to the avatar robot on the other side. And also from the space perspective, the next step we want to do is to have the space capturing technology to capture the space, convey that into the virtual reality, and creating the point cloud space in the virtual reality, and having that digital twin to simulate that robot movement, and then conveying that to the step 2 projection and virtual reality of remote space, and step 3 semi-automated driving. And from the robot perspective, like I've explained, so step 1 is video and skeleton data capture, and then step 2 capturing the joint angle and coordinate, and also video, and step 2 is to convey to the avatar on local PC. And the next step is to have a lot higher precision of the motion of the remote personnel. So for example, we were only capturing the people's arm movement, but the next step is to capture even the hand movement of the remote person. And the step 4 is to have a LAN internet expansion, and with the 5G technology coming up, this is going to be faster and faster and more stable. So integration of all these different technologies is going to be very important for the next step of the project. And if there is anyone out there who can maybe put some kind of input or support, then we would definitely like to welcome your support.
Right, it's very comprehensive. Okay, so that's the end of the session, and enormous thank you for joining this session. So today, as a part of the Asia Creative and Innovation Channel hosted by Knowledge Capital, we presented Cross Presence, the live presentation of the future avatar experience. Obviously, as these two guests mentioned, the door of for the collaboration partner is wide open, so please contact us through Knowledge Capital if you're interested in participating in this project. And it's really, really ongoing and interesting to see the development here. And also, as a Knowledge Capital, we would like to support this project in future as well. As much intensity as we did before,
Yep.
hopefully. And we would like to see the kind of final achievement at the end of the day. Okay, so coming up for the next week, the Asia Creative and Innovation Channel, we would like to invite another international partners from Thailand, the National Innovation Agency based in Bangkok in Thailand, will be presenting pushing the boundaries of the creative case study of Thai MAR Tech, which is music, art, recreation, tech industry development. And of course, there are a lot of words mentioned like GovTech or FinTech or EduTech. Those words are coming out since the new technology is combined with the existent industries and domains. But actually, this is rather new concept. Music, art, recreation combined with technology. So what happens next for a kind of new lifestyle for the people? Pretty much interesting to see. So it's going to be for the next week topic of the ACIC. So we would like to close this session. Thank you very much for joining and watching this streaming until the end. And stay strong, and we'll see you next week. Bye. Bye bye.
ロボット